The old house on Elm Street. Everyone in town knew the stories. They whispered about the shadows that danced in the windows when no one was home, the strange noises that echoed from its empty rooms, and the family that vanished without a trace 50 years ago. But for me and my friends, it was just a massive, ridiculously cheap place to rent for our final year of college. We were so excited, we completely ignored the landlord's nervous fidgeting and his oddly specific warning, "Do ain't go into the basement." Our first night was a blur of unpacking boxes, blasting music, and celebrating our newfound freedom. The house was old, sure. The floors creaked, the pipes groaned, and there was a definite chill in the air, but we chalked it up to old house charm. Liam, ever the skeptic, was already making fun of the local legends. Maya was busy planning how to decorate the living room, while Chloe was just happy to have a room with a view of the ancient oak tree in the backyard. I was filming everything, documenting our new adventure. The weirdness started subtly. Maya's perfectly arranged bookshelf would be in disarray every morning. Liam's keys, which he swore he left on the kitchen counter, would turn up in the refrigerator. We'd hear faint whispers that sounded like they were coming from just over our shoulders, but when we turned, there was nothing. We laughed it off at first, playing pranks on each other. But the laughter died down when the pranks became things none of us would ever do. One evening, we were all studying in the living room when every single light in the house flickered and died, plunging us into total darkness. We heard a loud, dragging sound from the floor above us. It sounded heavy, like furniture being scraped across the floorboards. Liam grabbed a flashlight and we all crept upstairs together. Every room was exactly as we'd left it. Nothing was out of place, but the air was freezing cold and the silence was heavy, almost suffocating. That was the first time I felt real fear. Chloe started having nightmares. She'd wake up screaming, talking about a little girl with sad eyes who would stand at the foot of her bed, pointing towards the basement door. She said the girl was trying to tell her something, but she couldn't understand the words. We tried to comfort her, telling her it was just the stress of school and the spooky old house getting to her. But deep down, we were all starting to feel it. The feeling of being watched. The basement door. It was old, made of thick, dark wood with a heavy iron lock. The landlord hadn't given us a key. It became this forbidden object in our home, a source of morbid curiosity. I remember the loud click it made when it finally gave way. The door creaked open, revealing a set of steep stone steps leading down into pitch black darkness. A musty, earthy smell, like damp soil and decay, wafted up to meet us. Against our better judgment, we went down. The basement was huge, much larger than we expected. The stone walls were damp, and cobwebs hung from the low ceiling like tattered shrouds. In the center of the room, under a single bare light bulb that flickered ominously, was a child's rocking horse. It was old and weathered, the paint peeling off. As we stared at it, it began to rock. Slowly at first, then faster and faster, as if an invisible child were riding it. We all froze, our hearts pounding in our chests. That's when we heard it, a child's giggle echoing from the darkest corner of the room. We ran. We scrambled up the stairs, slammed the door shut, and barricaded it with a heavy dresser. That night, all hell broke loose. The house came alive. Doors slammed open and shut on their own. Objects flew off shelves. We could hear the dragging sound again, this time right outside our bedroom doors. And the whispers were no longer whispers. They were clear, angry voices telling us to get out. Maya was hysterical, crying that she saw a face in her mirror. Liam, the unflappable skeptic, was pale and shaky. We huddled together in my room, the only place that felt remotely safe. Chloe, through her tears, told us more about her dream. The little girl's name was Lily. She wasn't trying to scare us. She was trying to warn us. She kept pointing to the basement, and Chloe finally understood. She wasn't pointing at the basement itself, but at something in the basement, a loose section of the stone wall in the far corner. We knew it was insane, but we also knew we couldn't stay another night. We had to know what was down there. Armed with flashlights and a crowbar from the garage, we went back down. The rocking horse was still. The air was thick with tension. We found the loose section of wall Chloe described. Liam jammed the crowbar into a crack and started prying. It took all of his strength, but finally, the stones gave way, revealing a dark, hollow space behind them. The smell that hit us was awful. We shone our flashlights inside, and what we saw will haunt me for the rest of my life. Tucked away in that hidden alcove was a small wooden trunk, and inside the trunk, we found the remains of the family that had disappeared 50 years ago. The father, the mother, and their little girl, Lily. It wasn't a disappearance. It was a tragedy hidden within the walls of our home. Suddenly, the temperature in the room dropped to an unbearable cold. The angry whispers returned, swirling around us, louder and more menacing than ever before. But amidst the chaos, we heard one clear voice, a little girl's voice, say thank you, and then, as quickly as it started, everything stopped. The air warmed, the whispers faded, the house fell silent. It was a true, peaceful silence, not the heavy, waiting silence we had grown used to. We called the police immediately. They unearthed the whole story. The house's original owner, the man who built it, was responsible. He had hidden his terrible crime within the very foundation of the house, and his malevolent spirit had been trapped there, guarding his secret, tormenting anyone who came too close to the truth. By finding Lily and her family, we had exposed him. We had set them free. We moved out the next day. We couldn't stay there, not with what we knew. We found a new apartment, something modern and bright and decidedly not haunted. But none of us will ever forget the old house on Elm Street. It taught us that some stories are more than just stories, and that some houses hold more than just memories. They hold secrets, waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures, though hopefully more terrifying ones. Stay safe out there, and remember, the next story is watching you.